I don't know exactly what's happening in Ukraine, but I do know whatever the news is saying is happening, that's the truth. And sure, they've lied about every war in my lifetime, lied about Vietnam through 4 different presidents, lied about Iraq twice, Syria, Libya, Afghanistan for 20 years. But when it comes to Ukraine, I just think they're telling the truth this time. I mean, why would they lie? They gave him $113 billion at the snap of a finger, right? Boom, out the door with no oversight. They gave him $113 billion, no oversight, and that's how you know it's about helping people. Imagine if they wanted to give $10 billion to America. That would take, by the way, that would pay for community college for the whole country. That would take a decade or two. They'd have to have op-eds in every paper. They'd have to have town hall meetings. They'd have to have Anderson Cooper to have to put on a T-shirt and interview people in the street. $10 billion for education. That sounds like a lot. But $113 billion out the door to Ukraine, the most corrupt country in all of Europe. No oversight. It happens at the blink of an eye. And I'm like, I get corruption is how legislation gets passed, and that's why that happened. But if you're going to give $100 billion to Ukraine, how about at the same time, you ever think of this? How about at the same time, you give $100 billion to America? You ever think about, I don't know if you looked around. It's turning into a shithole. I have Zionist friends, and they try to get me to go along with Israel, right? And they say to me, they use tricks on me. They go, Jimmy, I know you support gay people. You know who doesn't? Hamas. Hamas does not support gay people, Jimmy. What do you say to that? And I go, oh, I didn't know that. I guess we should slaughter their children. Tough jokes for tough times, folks. I have friends that tell me, they go, Jimmy, Israel's our only democracy in the Middle East. Yeah, you know why? Because we overthrew all the other democracies so we could steal their fucking oil. People don't like Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. Did you know that? I saw a news report. Thousands of people surrounded Benjamin Netanyahu's house to protest. Not his office, his house. Thousands of people to protest. And then I was like, oh, I feel a lot better about the Israeli people, And then someone told me, no, they're not protesting Gaza, what he's doing. They're protesting that he screwed with the Supreme Court. And I was like, what? Isn't that like protesting Hitler because you want more bike lanes? You guys are doing good. I had a Zionist last show actually get upset and attacked me, and I had to take him hostage. And I'm old enough to remember when people hated George Bush as much as they hate Donald Trump. Do you remember that? I remember that. They hated him, used to call him Hitler. And then he gave a speech a few years ago where he said the January 6th protesters were all terrorists and they were anti-American. And then all the shitlibs were like, oh, I love you. Oh, you're great. You're a great guy. We love George Bush now. Ellen's going to dance with you. And then he went on a media tour, and a reporter asked him, said, hey, what was the greatest accomplishment you ever had as president? Which is kind of a bitch question because he didn't have any accomplishments. And he said, well, I kept you safe from terrorism since 9/11. Since? Hey, that first one goes on your permanent record? You don't get a pass for the biggest terrorist attack. Isn't that a weird brag? I kept you safe since. That's like the bodyguards for Lincoln going, nobody shot him twice. You check his head, one hole, you're welcome. Because even in his first term, he appointed the first female head of the CIA, Gina Haspel. Did you remember? People don't remember that. First female head of the CIA he appointed. Of course, she had a history of running a torture program, but you know, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. Am I right? Come on. But the important thing is, and ladies back me up, the important thing is that she shattered that glass ceiling, and then she picked up one of those shards of glass and started torturing someone with it. Oh, these people don't like torture. It's not torture when America's doing it. I don't know how. It's enhanced interrogation techniques. Which sounds nice, right? Oh, it's enhanced? You're gonna put on some mood music and some track lighting? No, we're gonna hook your balls up to a car battery. Oh, I'll take the regular. Don't make a fuss over me. I'll crack like a pretzel.